Hello, welcome to the university. This is a fire awareness and assistance course which will outline what is required in relation to fire and emergency evacuation here at the university. The session is split into two parts. Part 1 is fire awareness, which will give you a general overview of the risks associated with fire. Part 2 is about personal emergency evacuation plans. I will refer to the plans as PEEPs during the session. This part of the course will explain what the PEEP process is and what will happen in a fire alarm activation. Firstly, thank you for bringing to our attention that you have a disability as part of your student application form. This is important information and will enable us to assess if additional measures are required to support you for a safe evacuation. We will discuss how we will do this in more detail in part 2. The university's role is to ensure that in the event of a fire alarm activation, all staff and students are able to evacuate in a timely manner. If you cannot self-evacuate, we will provide all necessary assistance to evacuate you safely in a dignified manner. We have a full-time security team at Singleton and the Bay campus who are on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our security team will provide assistance with evacuation if needed. Although the risk of fire is low, it is important to evacuate people out of our buildings as quickly as possible if the alarm goes off. We aim to evacuate our buildings within 3 to 4 minutes. We do not operate any stay-put policies or phased evacuations at the university. If the fire alarm sounds, everyone must evacuate. The only exception is persons with disabilities who are unable to evacuate themselves from upper floors of our buildings, and this is the type of situation where we will provide assistance. You will need to leave the building immediately when the fire alarm is activated. It is important to understand what happens when a fire alarm is activated. The fire alarm signal goes direct to the fire service via a 24-hour call monitoring centre. A signal will also go to our security control room. The security team immediately sends 3 officers to the building to investigate. In academic buildings, we have fire wardens in place who will begin to carry out a fire sweep to evacuate all persons in the building. In student accommodation, there are no designated fire wardens. Students will need to self-evacuate immediately. Our fire alarms are tested weekly for approximately 20 seconds. The time will vary slightly, but you do not need to evacuate during the test. Your residences team will notify you when the alarms are being tested for your building. Our lifts automatically drop to the ground floor when the fire alarm is activated. Therefore, lifts must not be used by any person to evacuate. This is particularly relevant to a wheelchair user, which we will discuss in more detail in part 2. As with all universities, we have many false fire alarms, which we refer to as unwanted fire alarm signals. An unwanted fire alarm is actually a smoke detector being activated, but there is no actual fire. The reason for this is varied. For example, steam from showers or aerosols such as deodorant and hairspray can activate a smoke detector. It can also be from steam generated during hair grooming, which will also activate the detector. To prevent fire alarm activations, do not use these products directly under a smoke detector and open a window if you are taking a long shower. Students regularly activate smoke detectors in our kitchen during cooking as a result of burning food or leaving pans unattended which overheat during the cooking process. You are very likely to experience at least one of these types of activations in your student residence. However, all occupants must evacuate if the fire alarm is activated, regardless of the time of day or night. There are a few more points to consider. When you evacuate from the building, please do your best to social distance. However, the risk from fire overrides all other risks, and it is important you evacuate the building as quickly and safely as possible. If you have a face covering with you at the time, please wear this during the evacuation, as it will be difficult to maintain social distancing, particularly in stairwells. However, do not return to your room to collect your mask or any personal belongings. You must continue to evacuate. If you are cooking at the time of the alarm activation, turn off the heat source and evacuate. Let security know if you have been unable to turn off the heat source before evacuating. Go to the designated external fire assembly point for the building and do not congregate in mass at the assembly point. Adopt safe social distancing. Once outside the building, await instructions from our security team. They will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. It is only when our security incident controller tells you it is safe are you allowed to go back into the building. If you have any concerns or issues, particularly health related, please let our security team know. Our security team will be in attendance at all fire alarm activations. We have implemented a number of COVID controls within our buildings, including the halls of residence. One-way systems have been introduced wherever possible. Where this cannot be achieved, physical barriers or designated walkways may have been introduced in some areas. There may also be keep left signage in some of our corridors. To ensure safe distancing for all, please follow any signage that's in place. However, in the event of a fire alarm activation, you must evacuate immediately through the nearest fire escape and follow the green fire exit directional signs, and do your best to social distance as you evacuate. However, the risk of fire overrides social distancing controls, and you need to evacuate the building as quickly and as safely as possible. Remember to put on your face covering if you have it to hand, and adopt safe social distancing once outside the building near the assembly point. If you see smoke or smell burning, but the fire alarm has not yet been activated, please press the red fire alarm call point box to activate the fire alarm. Once safely outside, inform our security team of your action and provide any additional information you have that could help. Do not wedge open designated fire doors. They are in place to protect escape routes, to prevent the spread of fire or smoke, and to keep you safe. Familiarise yourself with the various fire escape routes, both in your residence and any building you use on campus. Communication is very important. Let us know if you require any assistance during your stay with us, and there is support available for you. You are encouraged to download the Safe Zone app. It is a free app available on mobile devices. Safe Zone enables immediate access to our security team at the click of a button. For details how to download the app, visit our web pages or My Uni Hub. It is important we work to reduce fire alarm activations. You are to follow fire safety advice during your stay with us. The use of any item generating a naked flame, such as candles, tea lights, or incense burners, are prohibited, along with smoking and vaping in all of our buildings, including accommodation. Take care when recharging equipment. Only use manufacturer's CE marked recharging equipment. Laptops are not to be left charging on soft furnishes, as the fan may not be able to operate efficiently and cause overheating. Report any heating issues to residential services. The use of personal electric heaters, such as fan convectors and radiant heaters, are not prohibited. Only use CE marked extension leads. Do not overload a 13 amp rated lead or daisy chain the leads together, as this increases the risk of fire. Do not cover a ceiling mounted smoke detector. They are a vital part of our early warning system to keep our community safe. Only cook or heat food in designated kitchens, not in your rooms. Do not leave hot hair dryers or straighteners on soft furnishings or bed linen. Do not use aerosols such as hairsprays, deodorants, or any other products generating steam directly below a ceiling smoke detector. All ironing is to be carried out in your rooms or the kitchen only, not in accommodation corridors. Clothes dryers are not to be left in corridors to dry your clothes. Do not use over-door coat hooks, as these are detrimental to the fire resistance of the doors. This section will focus on the process at the university for personal emergency evacuation plans, commonly known as PEEPs. You have already brought it to our attention on your student application form that you have a disability. This may mean that you are unable to evacuate yourself from a building safely, and we may need to prepare a PEEP for you. Therefore, we would appreciate some more information from you to enable us to assist. A meeting will be arranged soon with our Fire and Premises Manager, Phil Moorman. A PEEP allows us to understand your requirements to ensure a safe evacuation from a building. It is a formal record which will be shared with our security team. The complexity of the PEEP will depend on the nature of your disability. For example, a person who uses a wheelchair and cannot self-evacuate, as the lifts cannot be used during an activation, will need to assist to evacuate from the building, and we can help you with that. We look at the use of the student residence buildings and academic buildings when we prepare a PEEP. We want you to feel safe wherever you are on campus. The two key aspects of the PEEP are a safe place known as a refuge point, which we will go through in more detail, and communication. So what is a refuge point? A refuge point is a defined safe place which has been selected to allow safe refuge, normally for a period of 30 minutes from fire or smoke. Refuge points are generally located within stairwells which are protected by fire doors and fire compartment construction. All of our refuge points are suitably signed. Please familiarise yourself with the various disabled refuge points within any building you visit. If you have any difficulty evacuating for whatever reason, please go to the refuge point. As mentioned previously, we have a lot of false fire alarms. Our security team may instruct persons who cannot self-evacuate to stay in a refuge while they investigate the cause of the fire alarm activation. They will keep in contact with you and provide instruction on what will happen next. These images are examples of the signs you will be able to see on campus. All of our buildings at the Bay campus have emergency voice communication systems known as EVCs installed at the refuge points. At Singleton, our high-rise buildings have EVC systems installed, as well as some of our other buildings. In buildings with no EVC system installed, you will see a sign which has the location information on it. For example, STR201, which means staircase 2, floor level 1. If you press the EVC system call button, you will be able to speak to one of the security team attending the fire alarm investigation. You will be asked to confirm your location. Our security team will provide you with further instructions. Communication is vital to ensure our processes and systems work for your safety and also the safety of our staff. To help you inform the security team that you are safe and in a refuge point when the fire alarm activation occurs, we have a number of measures in place. If you are in a refuge point with an EVC system, you will need to press the EVC call button. Once you press the button, you will automatically link to security. If there is no EVC system, a mobile phone is the next best option. Most students will have a mobile phone with them at university. We encourage you to download the Safe Zone app. Please take the time to download the Safe Zone app. You will find the link on the MyUni Hub. Alternatively, you could dial 01792 604 271 to speak directly to the security team. It is advised that you add this number to your contacts, or alternatively, you could dial 999. Occasionally, mobile phone signal can be poor in some of our buildings. Let others know who are also evacuating that you require assistance and ask them to inform security where you are once they are outside of the building. We have trained fire wardens in all of our academic and study buildings. Our fire wardens wear an orange high visibility vest and are trained to check refuge points for any persons as part of their evacuation sweep. Let a fire warden know if you have any difficulties when evacuating, and they will get assistance for you from our security team. For persons with disabilities who are unable to evacuate themselves from a building and require assistance, we may issue a Dect Phone. A Dect Phone is a radio phone. Dect stands for Digital Enhanced Codeless Technology. Put simply, it means that the phone can link up to its base wirelessly. As part of your PEEP, we will assess if you require a Dect Phone. If you are issued with a phone, you will need to return it when your course of study is complete. You will be responsible for the recharging of the phone and to report any issues with its use. Emergency contact numbers are to be input by you. Again, dial 01792 604 271 to speak to our security team. Please add this number to your contacts or dial 999. Should we need to evacuate a person in an emergency real fire situation, then we may use a specialist evac chair for this purpose. Our security team are trained in the use and can transfer a person from a wheelchair to the evac chair safely to transport you out of the building. We will have a spare wheelchair on hand to transfer the individual into when safely outside. However, we appreciate this type of transfer for evacuation will not be suitable for everyone. Therefore, as part of the PEEP process, we will discuss with you any concerns you have and if any specific handling skills would be required. If this is not suitable for you, alternative options will be discussed. The PEEP process is also an opportunity to discuss anything else you wish to bring to our attention for your safety and well-being during your time at Swansea University. So what will happen next? This presentation has been sent to you in advance of your PEEP meeting. Our Fire and Premises Manager, Phil Morman, will be in touch to arrange a Zoom meeting with you. This will give us an opportunity to establish if you require assistance to evacuate and how we can support a safe evacuation for you from our buildings. If a Zoom meeting is not suitable for you, please inform Phil when he makes contact and we will look at a suitable alternative for you. Thank you for your time. We look forward to meeting with you very soon.